Warning, the following video contains MLP-related content. It also contains at least one or more of the following: cursing, violence, immature jokes, funny reactions, or verbal, not safe for work content. If you do not wish to view anything that may contain any of these, please immediately go to your previous page. Otherwise, stick around and enjoy the show.
Hello everyone, BrandonMouse24 here, and I am back for another episode of Season 5. We are on episode 12, which is apparently called Amending Fences? Or something like that. Not entirely certain as to what that really entails. Like, I know what the word amending means, but like, the second part kind of confuses me there, so not exactly sure what's going to really be happening here. Other than just the title, the only thing I've actually heard about this episode is that apparently it's a Twilight episode? I think that's what they were basically saying. Like, I mean, I don't know. Those other sources, they could have been freaking pulling out. Like, I don't know. I try to avoid them, but there's only so much I can avoid, really. Like, there's only so much I can do. But, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into this. And before I do, I should point out that it is still technically the 4th of July, so you may still hear a few fireworks here and there. If that's the case, then you know it's my neighbor still shooting fireworks at 11:50 p.m. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this episode in 3, 2, 1, go! And there's Twilight.
You know the worst
The
thing
fuck?
about you being the princess of friendship? The dishes.
Thanks for taking care of that, Spike. After 3 events in 1 week, I really needed to relax with a good book.
Spike is whipped.
That's kind of funny, isn't it? All these ponies coming to you
Oh, Spike
with
reads
advice
too.
about friendship.
What's funny about that?
You know, because you used to be famous for being such a bad friend.
What are you talking about? I had good friends in Canterlot.
Episode
Come
1
on, Twilight.
of Season
Look
1.
at the wall. Do you see any photos from before we moved to Ponyville? And look at you now, the princess of friendship.
This is a disaster.
Uh-oh, that's
My
what this
old
is
friends.
about.
I can't remember any of their names right now. But do you really think that they think I'm a bad friend?
Well, I only
But
met
she's talking
that
about those
you've
3
come so
ponies
far.
she was
Well, you're a great friend now, and
talked to
I
in the first
feel
episode.
terrible. I've got to make it up to them. Pack a bag, Spike. We're going to Canterlot. And make a list of my friends' names.
Me and my big mouth.
Yup. Yup.
My little
Oh, we got the intro to this one. Okay, cool.
my little pony.
So, Twilight's going to be visiting some of her old friends. And I can only assume that it's going to likely involve the 3 ponies that were inviting Twilight in the first episode of Season 1. Because those are the only ponies we've actually seen that has shown to have known Twilight prior to her actually, you know, meeting the other members of the main 6. So, I got a feeling that we're going to be seeing those 3 in this episode. Pack your bags. He doesn't even have a bag.
Worked up about nothing.
I do like how they're
The
having
only
her
logical
fly
place to
more
start
instead of just
at the
teleporting.
beginning.
It is kind of interesting. Where the fuck are you? Wow, this place is raggedy.
It's exactly how we left it.
Dusty and full of shit. Oh wow, the
Look,
book's still up on the
it's
same page.
predictions and prophecies, and it's still open to the elements of harmony.
Oh, there's
And
a...
here's that present I was going to give Moondancer. Guess you won't be needing that.
Nostalgia.
Hey, look! The rest of it's still here!
How could I have let this happen?
Come on, Twilight. Princess Celestia gave you an assignment. No pony could blame you for that.
But look at the way I left this place. It's a total mess. Just like how I left my friendships. I've got to make it up to...
Damn.
Oh, Minuet, Twinkleshine, Lemon Hearts, Lyra Heartstrings, and Moondancer.
Yeah, them.
You have to make up the Lyra heartstrings? Come on. I don't think you do. She lives in Ponyville with you, for crying out loud.
Spike, come on. We've got work to do.
Have you been awake all night?
I did a little research, and I think I know where we can find
A little.
Minuet. That is one of my friends, right?
How is it that you're so smart, but you forget their names so easily? Despite Spike just telling you not that long ago.
It's not too late to forget I opened my big mouth.
Oh, Spike, I'm glad you opened your big mouth. These boys have probably been suffering ever since I left, wondering why their supposed friend would treat them so badly.
Squeak!
Inuit? Twilight Sparkle! You old so-and-so! What are you doing here? Hey, Spike!
Look at these wings, huh?
Hey, grab a picture of me and the princess, will ya?
I tried to tell my coworkers we used to be friends back when, but they've never believed me.
I like Colgate. I like Colgate as a background character, so seeing her here again and actually talking is awesome.
Really fluff them up, huh? So what
She
are you
looks so
doing
awkward.
here? I mean, I know you're here all the time, but you never come to see me. Hey! I just had the greatest idea! You want to go see Lemon Hearts and Twinkle-Shine?
Yeah.
Of course! My old friends!
It'll be great! Come on, let's fly! Get it?
This is perfect. I can apologize to all three of them at once.
And then the other two are just gonna be like,
Minuet.
you think we'll forgive you? I really do like Colgate, though. I always thought that she was a really cool looking character.
She did! Twinkle-Shine literally spit out her oats when she heard you were the Princess of Friendship.
Oh, we saw you at the coronation. That was some shindig.
You did?
Sure. Oh, we see you all the time.
You remember our old friend Lyra, right? She lives in Ponyville, too. We're always over there visiting her. Or she's coming over here. We've thought about asking you to join us from time to time, but we just sort of figured you'd moved on.
Oh.
Well,
So,
she
brings
has
you
been
by
kind of busy,
anyway?
to be
All
fair.
those times you've come back to Canterlot, you've never had donuts with us before. Well, you see... I came to apologize.
For what?
Before I left Canterlot, I didn't really appreciate my friends. And that's because I didn't know how important friendship was. But I've learned so much since I moved to Ponyville. I learned what
This
it
would be a
means
really
to
short
be a
episode
good
that just
friend,
worked
and
out
that
here.
I certainly wasn't one to the three of you. So for all the pain I caused you, I am truly sorry.
Huh?
Oh, come on, Twilight. Sure, it might have stung a little bit when you ran off to Ponyville without saying goodbye, but it's not like we weren't used to that from you.
Yeah, we didn't take it personally.
But it's really good to see you now. Hey, any pony up for a blast from the past?
Uh-oh, we're going on a nostalgia kick. What are they doing?
It's our
Gosh, I still like seeing
science lab.
Colgate again. It's awesome. I like her
so
character.
many great memories of this place.
Even though it's actually Minuet, I still
Remember
prefer to call her
when Lemon
Colgate.
Hearts got
Just because again.
stuck in that beaker?
Got stuck in a beaker. Oh!
But according to this book, you're supposed to add the sodium chloride first. I read ahead, and to make a proper salt lick, you need to add the
She got the same
molasses
hairstyle as Twilight. What?
Well, I read ahead too, Moon Dancer, and I'm sure I
Oh,
said
that's me?
sodium chloride first. Oh, I've got the wrong book. That's so hilarious.
She is not very,
Whatever happened to Moon Dancer?
huh.
Moon Dancer?
Yeah, you know, our other friend. Oh, right, Moon Dancer. I remember her. I wonder what she's up to.
Yeah.
I don't think they
always
consider
liked
her to be friends.
We just sort of lost touch after you left.
I think she went to live out by the stadium, didn't she?
Well, let's go see.
That's
I
odd.
think this is the place. Didn't used to look like this, though.
So, despite Twilight kind of considering Moon Dancer to be a friend, these three didn't? Oh, holy shit! Twilight, use less force. You just punched a hole in the wall. Or the door.
Moon Dancer?
What do you want? I'm trying to study.
It's us, your old friends.
She don't care. Hello, Season 1 Twilight.
Dancer, all right. She always did like her books. Hey, kind of like you used to be.
Yeah, literally.
Exactly how I used to be.
You gotta freaking help now. Golly day, it's gonna be like essentially season 1 Twilight versus season 5 Twilight. Oh gosh, this is gonna be interesting. Fuckers.
Come on, Twilight.
What's with those
I've been watching her
shades?
for 3 days. Library house. Library house. That's it.
It's called a
Nobody
stakeout.
looks at her or says hello or even gives her a smile. It's like she doesn't even exist. Was she always like this?
Well, she always was a little shy, but for a while there, she was really starting to come out of her shell. Remember when she threw that party? Oh, right. I think you might have been busy that day.
Oh, that's what that's for!
Twilight. Moon Dancer is having a little get-together.
That was the thing I was referring to earlier.
Oh, sorry, girls. I got a lot of studying to catch up on.
It's come full circle.
Thought she might finally be letting her guard down a little with that party. We invited her out a few times after that, but she was always too busy studying. So eventually, we just stopped asking.
I had no idea that party was so important to her.
Yeah, so that she's kind of the way she is now because
I've
Twilight
gotta
didn't go to
find a
that
way
party
to
that
make it up
day.
to her.
While it might be sad the fact that that happened, I can't blame Twilight for not going because she did kind of inadvertently prepare herself to deal with Nightmare Moon by not going that day. So I kind of think it might have been worth it.
Oh my gosh! Moon Dancer? Is that... Shh!
You're in a library. How do you of all ponies make that mistake?
Moon Dancer, can I talk to you for a minute?
A bubble of silence.
That's
I haven't
awesome.
seen you in a while, and I thought it might be nice to catch up.
For what purpose?
You know, because we're friends.
Hey, she did, not Twilight. Also, what the fuck's with her
I'm really
hairstyle?
sorry to bother you. I was just hoping we could go outside and talk for a bit.
Shelf. Saw that coming. Dang it.
I'm sorry I skipped your party.
Why won't you leave me alone? I'm trying to study. You've got the wrong pony. I don't have parties.
You did once, and I was so caught up in my own studying that I didn't take
This is
your
a
feelings
funky
into
ass
account.
spell.
Look, Twilight Twinkle, Sparkle, whatever. I just need to be alone so I can study without some crazy pony trying to make friends. All right? Fine.
Says the one talking to a book.
How did you get into my book like that?
I've been studying a new studying technique. I can only do it for a few minutes, but you'd be amazed how much you can pick up when you're actually in a book.
That's one of Haycart's methods.
You know Haycart?
Of course, he's a genius.
I have a copy of his treatise on ponies, you know.
Eggheads unite.
What is this place?
This is where I used to live. You
Oh,
mean
she's never seen this
I never
place.
had you over?
A first edition of Principles of Magic. Hey, didn't I give this to you?
Maybe.
I did. Look, I even wrote something. To my friend Twilight Sparkle, thanks for introducing me to the classics. I can see by the fact that you left it here that it meant a lot to you.
Look, I didn't bring you over here for even more poignant reminders of what a bad friend I was. I brought you here to give you this. You can come here whenever you want and study to your heart's content.
Really?
But first, you've got to do something for me. What? Have dinner with our old friends tonight.
I can't. I'm reorganizing my biology schools.
I've been spending a lot of time with Minuet, Twinkleshine,
You're
and
reorganizing
Lemonheart since
entire
I've been back.
schools?
They really miss you.
Look, I already told you. The last thing I need is a bunch of ridiculous friend-making keeping me from studying.
Moon Dancer, wait! A wise pony once taught me that there's more to life than dusty old books.
I tried friendship, and it's just not for me. Now, if you'll excuse me.
You better
What
think hard. and
if
think
I
hard.
taught you Haycart's method?
She's like, fuck.
So, what are you studying these days?
Science, magic, history, economics, pottery, things like that.
Yowza! You planning on being a professor or something?
No.
So awkward.
You're just
Ah.
studying.
Can I go now?
Moondancer, please.
It's all right, Twilight. We're having a good time. Right, every pony?
Notice how Twilight, all of Twilight's friends are unicorns. None of them are Earth Pony or Pegasi.
Spike, tell Moondancer that story about how Twilight had to read a book about doing the sleepover.
Slumber 101? I've read that.
Oh, really? Well, did you know Lemonheart's here works at the Canterlot Palace?
Yeah, it's true. I do the big events mostly. State dinners, that sort of thing.
It's pretty cool. Apparently she is unamused. She just wants that spell. That's the only reason why she came. That's kind of depressing.
Moondancer, you've got to give friendship a chance.
Ugh. I gave friendship a chance a long time ago. It didn't work out then. It isn't gonna work out now. Twilight, are you alright?
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not.
Shit. This is twice in season 5 where Twilight's cried.
I don't know, Spike. I really messed this one up. That party was everything.
Or not really
to her.
cried, I guess,
I
but
can only imagine what
this
it
is the
must
first
have
time I
felt
think.
like when I didn't
But
show
like,
up.
it's the beginning of season 5. She got like really offended when she was yelled at to be quiet.
Moondancer, look at this spread, huh?
Thank you so much for coming.
Of course. We wouldn't miss one of our best friends' parties.
Is Twilight coming?
Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
Hey, we'll still have fun, right?
No. Because Twilight's pretty much the only one who's like her. Dang. She wanted her favorite study buddy.
If there was only a way to undo the damage.
Do not go back in
I know what I
time.
need to do. And I know just
We've had an
who
entire
can
episode
help
on that.
me.
Wait, what? Wow.
Huh. Guess they must have gone back to Ponyville. Huh?
What? They got Pinky?
That was awesome! We gotta go find more.
Dude, she's like Tails!
There you are! I thought you threw in the old towel and headed home.
I did head home, but not to throw in the towel. I went to get my secret weapon. Minuet, meet...
Hey, Pinkie Pie! Hi, Minuet.
Pinkie Pie knows everyone.
Twilight, you didn't say Minuet would be here.
You two know each other?
Oh, sure. She was one of Cadence's bridesmaids. We hang out all the time.
Yeah,
when
she
she's
was.
in Ponyville. Didn't you know that? Huh. And you call yourself the Princess of Friendship.
Continuity.
Twilight briefed me on the way here. We'll need 15 bags of confetti and as many hooks as we can get. Let's go! We can pass by the donut place on the way.
And what are we gonna do?
Just come with me.
If you want to live. Very, curious as to how Twilight's gonna do this. I'm assuming it's gonna be a party, but I mean, like...
Ooh, a brief history of the wagon harness.
Oh my gosh! Ooh, piece of candy! Ooh, a piece of candy!
Life and times
Ooh,
of
piece of
Morality
candy.
the Nameless.
That's what they're doing to get her there. Look at the little breadcrumb trail. That's awesome. She got a shitload of... And there they go.
What is this?
It's
a
a
party.
For you. Come on in.
Thanks, but no thanks. I don't do parties.
Yeah, you do.
I know. And I think it's my fault. Back when we were in school together, you invited me to a party. I was so focused on my studies that I didn't show up.
Big deal.
It was a big deal. And now that I realize how important friendship is, I'd like to make up for my mistake with a new party. A party in honor of my friend Moondancer. Please, you've got to let me make this up to you.
You gotta give her a weapon.
You think this is gonna do it, huh?
I thought it'd be hilarious if you just turn around and
Sure,
smack Twilight with it.
why wouldn't it? That was only the first time I ever put myself out there, and then you didn't even bother to show up. Then you left town without saying goodbye, even though we were supposed to be friends. I was humiliated. I felt like I wasn't important. I never wanted to let myself be hurt like that again. Those three finally convinced me that I had value, that other ponies might like me and want to be my friend, and you didn't show up! Ah!
Damn.
You're right. This party can't make up for the way I hurt you. But please, don't let my mistake be the reason you can't be friends with any pony else.
We were your friends then, and we'd be honored to be your friends now.
What? That's the librarian, the bookseller, my sister.
You've got a lot
Your
of friends
sister?
in
Wow, she
there.
looks significantly older than you.
I'm sorry, Moon Dancer. I've faced magical creatures, the end of Equestria, all sorts of things. But seeing how my actions affected you, that was one of the worst feelings I've ever had.
Hmm.
Thank you, Twilight. I never realized how much I needed to hear that.
Aww.
Now, come on, every pony, let's party! Right? Right!
There you go. Woo! Yeah! Pin the tail on the Celestia. Dude, Spike's dancing with Pinky and Minuet? Dude, he's a player.
I think it's time for us to go, Moon Dancer.
Thank you for helping me make some new friends, even if they are my old friends.
Oh,
Hey,
We'll
they
come back
technically
and
never
visit
really
soon.
left
That
you
would be
entirely.
great. You still gotta
They
teach me that
tried
head-nod
to stay
technique.
your friends
Deal.
when Twilight missed the party, but
Moondancer?
yeah.
It got kind of banged up, but here's a little something I wanted to give you back at your first party.
That's awesome. Dude, with those fucking helmets on, they look like the freaking CMC. Cool. That's a pretty cool episode. Awesome. So, that was episode 12. I'm gonna say right off the bat here, one tiny little gripe that I had with this episode was that they mentioned all of her friends, all of Twilight's friends and stuff, when they were where she was growing up back in Camelot, and one of the names was Lyra. Now, we knew that she kind of already lives in Ponyville, but it is kind of a bit of a shame that that Twilight, when she went back to go get Pinky, she didn't also bring Lyra to come with them in order to join for that party. Like, they kind of forgot one pony, but yeah. I mean, I can kind of understand the fact that, like, Twilight's flying, so she can only carry one pony at most, which is still kind of impressive in and of itself. Like, her carrying Spike is, understandable, but she was able to carry Pinkie Pie on top of her, and Pinkie Pie is on a bottomless pit when it comes to eating food, so who knows how much she weighs. But, yeah, so the lack of Lyra at that party is a little disheartening of sorts, because it's supposed to be like a friendship like it's a reunitation. I don't know if that's the actual word, but basically the friends were reuniting again, essentially. And one of them, aka Lyra, just wasn't there, so that's kind of salty. But anyways, this was a pretty interesting episode. It was actually a Twilight episode, like I was told it was, so I guess there's that. Huh. I do like the fact that this entire episode was basically a callback to like almost the very beginning of the first episode of season 1. Like that invite that Twilight had gotten on the way to her library or whatever. Like that little scene right there, like it didn't have a huge amount of meaning back then. Like it was just like, oh, okay, yeah, by the way, this is going on, whatever, you want to come? It's like, nah. No, they brought it back, and it actually may have some significant meaning. And that's what this entire episode was about. And the pony that it was for, like, they were unable to essentially, move on, really. They were kind of just stuck in the way that they were. And she ended up becoming what was season 1 Twilight. And she was unable to move on because her best friend, Twilight, didn't attend her party, and she felt heartbroken. It does kind of suck, the fact that even though her best friend, Twilight, didn't attend, that she still was unable to, hang out and have fun with her 3 other friends who were more than willing to hang out with her. But because she kept pushing them away, essentially, or, not really having fun with them, they then slowly started to drift apart, and that's what kind of sucks. It's like, without Twilight, the entire group kind of fell apart, and that's kind of sad, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I mean, the other 3, they all seem to, still be really good friends, but they were just unable to stick with Moondancer because Twilight wasn't involved anymore. Huh. But that's basically what this episode ended up being, was, we were basically seeing the personality of season 1 Twilight versus the season 5 Twilight that we have now. And you get to see just how freaking dramatically different their personalities are. So, like, to anyone who has ever said that Twilight has not, received character progression or anything like that, which I honestly have not met a single person who has ever said that, but this episode right here is a 100% bit of proof that Twilight has progressed as a character. Moondancer is the definition of season 1 Twilight. Like, they were the exact same. And the differences between her and season 5 Twilight, it's like night and day. So it was very interesting to see those two interacting with each other. And I really did enjoy the fact that they did refer to those other 3 ponies back again from the first episode. 'Cause that was a really nice touch. And also, I really liked being able to see Colgate again. AKA Minuet, whatever. I know they have different interpretations of the names or whatever, but I still say Colgate because that's the one that I heard first when I when I started watching the show. I was first introduced to her as being known as Colgate, so I stuck with that. But I enjoyed seeing her in there, and it was really cool because I think the last time I ever seen her significantly in any kind of MLP video that I can think of was fan projects or something like that. So seeing this was pretty neat. But yeah, not gonna say this it's my favorite episode, but it definitely was not a bad episode at all. I thought it was still pretty good, and it definitely goes to show that the choices that you make really do matter in life. Your choices, they certainly don't just affect you; they affect a lot of others too. Probably more so than you could ever imagine. So make sure that when you make your choices, make sure that they're the right one. It's easier said than done, I know, but that's why you gotta just try and think carefully. Just do what you can. And if you know that one of your decisions ended up making a big mistake, you need to make sure you go back and correct it, or do what you can in order to help the one or group of people who are, you know, disheartened or whatever from it, because, like, you can't just, like, leave them behind and stuff, and after, like, something that you accidentally did or whatever that, you know, made them upset or something like that. That's just inhumane. Like, come on. Like, Twilight came back on there because she legitimately felt bad at the fact that, like, she basically left her friends behind without saying anything, and that's the entire thing. Was like her choice to do that. Was she felt like that was a huge impact against them, and while the other three were, you know, a little disheartened, but like not so, but like it didn't really bother them that much. It completely messed with Moondancer, and that's what I'm saying. Like, your choices, they do matter. So make sure when you think about doing certain things, especially towards others, make sure that you think it through carefully before you do them. I think that's basically the lesson on this episode. But, anyways, I think that's going to be about it for this episode, everybody. And, so, until episode 13 comes around, I don't know what episode 13 is going to be about, because I don't look up this stuff, but I don't know if I actually would want them to do another, like, episode around a specific main six character. If they did, then I don't think I would want it to be another Twilight episode, and I don't think I want it to be a Pinkie Pie episode, because Pinkie Pie's already had, like, a couple in the season. So let's get a different pony in the rotation going. They already had one for Rainbow Dash. So I guess until episode 13 comes around, this is Burning Mouse 44 saying, see you guys later.